Welcome to the Life in Pink podcast, where dreams come true, women are inspired, and wealth is our business. I want you to know that you matter and life is much better with you in it. Welcome back, ladies and listeners, and welcome if you're new. Today, we are going to talk about the struggle of loneliness. Let's talk about it. Let's dive into it. Ladies, I know that there are definitely times when weight of loneliness feels heavier than anything you've ever carried. It sneaks up on you when you least expect it, in quiet moments at night, or in the spaces where you thought you'd be surrounded by warmth. You might feel invisible, unimportant, or like you don't belong. But I want to remind you that those feelings don't define you and they don't last forever. First of all, I want to say that it's okay to have feelings, different emotions. So, of course, it's okay to feel lonely, as that being one of them. It's okay to acknowledge that sometimes you feel like you're walking through life on your own. You're just lonely. And it doesn't make you weak or any less worthy of love, connection, or joy. Loneliness is a part of being human. It's a part of the complex, beautiful experience of navigating life, but sometimes it just doesn't feel that way, right? Be mindful that it's not your whole story. There's so much more to you than the moments when you feel isolated and lonely. Know that you are strong, even in those moments, and that you're resilient, and that you are never truly alone. There's millions of other souls out there. So even if it doesn't always feel that way, the key is to connect with yourself first. When you take a moment to just listen to your own heart, you start to understand your own worth. When you learn to be kind to yourself, to forgive yourself, and to be your own source of strength, the loneliness starts to loosen up its grip a little bit. The truth is, your people are out there, okay? It might take time to find the right tribe, the people who will see you for all of you and love you for it. But trust that those relationships are possible, okay? It's not about quantity, it's about quality. So, a handful of real connections can really fill your life with more joy and purpose than a crowd of people who don't see you. So, if you're feeling lonely, don't beat yourself up for it. Don't let it convince you that you don't belong or that you're not worthy of deep connection, that being lonely is for you. Maybe that's how things should be. But instead, use this time to grow and focus on your passion and chasing your dreams. And of course, nurturing your mind and your body. I want to inspire you to uplift yourself in the moments of loneliness. I want you to dive deep in and find that within you, to keep doing the things that make you feel alive. Okay? When you do this, you'll find that the loneliness begins to fade bit by bit, and the space that was once empty will be filled with the right people in the right moments. Okay, taking the step to dive deep into yourself. Okay, doing the things that make you feel better. Remembering that you are enough and that you don't need to be anything other than your true self to deserve love and respect and connection. Keep moving forward. Your light is out there waiting to shine. And those who are meant to walk beside you will find you when the time is right. So, this message today, this podcast episode today, is because I want you to keep your head up and never forget that you are not alone in your loneliness. You are a woman of incredible power, and the world is just waiting to see the beautiful ways you'll rise. Embrace the power of self compassion. Before reaching out to others, okay, when you're lonely, start with yourself. Practice being your own best friend. Find comfort in the time that you're spending with yourself. When loneliness creeps in, instead of criticizing yourself for feeling that way, give yourself permission to feel it without judgment. Give yourself that permission to not judge yourself in that moment of your loneliness, to let it be, to let it pass by. But treat yourself with the same kindness you would show to a friend who was hurting. Talk to yourself with empathy. You are worthy of your own love and support. So start with, maybe a small social connection. If your loneliness is rooted in isolation, start small. Reach out to a friend, even if it's just a text. Because even brief connections like checking in with a family member or joining a group chat or just saying, hi, hey, what's up? To someone that you trust, these type of things can make a big difference in your loneliness. But remember, you don't need to wait for a big moment of connection. Little moments of interaction can remind you that you're not alone. And I want you to focus on finding something that lights you up, whether it's a hobby, a sport, a creative class, or simply volunteering an opportunity of something or for something. But pursue your passions and interests in places where people who share similar passions gather. When you're engaging in something that you love, you'll meet others who vibe with you naturally. And most of the time, it's easier to connect with people when you share a common interest or activity. It kind of breaks the ice, and gives you guys common ground. And sometimes loneliness comes from feeling disconnected from ourselves. So, mindful practices come in handy. Just simple practices that you may find that you have interest in that help you get through your loneliness. They can help you ground yourself in the present moment. Maybe you're just sitting around listening to music, you have a candle lit, or you're thinking or you're journaling or writing in your diary, or I don't know, taking a warm bath to clear your mind. these type of things really help you with your inner peace, and it helps you become more comfortable being with yourself without the pressure of needing to fill the silence with distractions or others. So when you embrace your own company, the fear of being alone fades away. How can loneliness get to you then? Right? Also, I want you to remember that social media is often just a highlight reel, okay? Because sometimes that could be a big part in you feeling lonely because of the things that you're seeing that you feel like you don't compare to. It can also, put you in a lonely space. But I want you to remember that social media is a highlight reel, not the full picture. If you feel your loneliness deepens after scrolling, I want you to consider taking a break from it, you know, or creating your feed to follow accounts that inspire and uplift you in whichever type of way. If you like watching other women who are go-getters and they like, to make sure they have their routines down packed with their skin, and they have all their nice looking mugs and their coolers, set aside nicely with all their drinks for their me time and things like that, that's okay. Follow those accounts. But it's all about creating a space that feels healthy and positive for your mind. Okay? Loneliness can be amplified when our days feel monotonous. So remember to create new routines. Okay? Routines that add joy and meaning to your life, whether, it's just a sense of purpose and connection to yourself. But either way, you'll find that you start looking forward to these moments and it will naturally lift your spirit. Okay, I want you to remember again that loneliness is temporary, not permanent. Above all, remind yourself, ladies and listeners, that loneliness is temporary. It's a season, okay? It's not a forever thing. The more you actively work on changing the narrative by connecting with things or nurturing yourself and reaching out for support in ways that make you feel better, the more you'll realize that loneliness is just one chapter in your beautiful story, not the whole book. Okay? So, right now, you may feel trapped in your loneliness, but I want you to remember and to be inspired today to know that it is just a season and it is not forever, right? You will not let loneliness overtake you. So, ladies, if you're in the midst of loneliness, know that you're not alone in this. You've got the power to break through it step by step. Start with small actions. Keep being kind to yourself, though, and trust that the connections you seek will come when you least expect them. So keep going and keep growing. All right? You got this. So I'm going to wrap up this episode today about the struggle of loneliness. And I really hope you were able to take something from this episode with you that's going to help you and inspire you, okay? So, as always, I would like you guys to take the time to take care of yourselves and to keep nurturing your spirit and embracing the luxury of living your best life. And remember to continue to uplift and empower each other, okay? So until next time, embrace your softness, your strength, and all that makes you beautiful.